Welcome everyone. I'll use this one, is better than maybe the normal microphone. We'll see. Good. Yeah. I give you the microphone if you want to speak.
Hi, Dr. Hamad. How are you?
Very good. Everything is great. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Sorry, quick question because I've missed major session yesterday, major parts of the session yesterday, and I really wanted to, go and revise. But when I read through the instructions or the information which is on the course, it was a little difficult for me, being a non-IT person. This is my first time doing anything related to coding. So when can I expect your recording? Like, when can we expect?
Yeah, I already uploaded it yesterday. I think you should be able to see it if you go to our community portal. It should be there. If you go there and log in, you will find it. This is the course. Yeah, you click on it. Then the recording is here. This is the one of yesterday.
Yeah,
so
this is the one yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you follow that one. If you have any challenges, let me know. I can help you as well. Maybe I can find a way to support you with this one.
Another question was in module 2, in the review questions, there was one question that said, after running L and the command with A and B, it was there with the square brackets. And it said, once we run this one, do we get one element added or two? Sorry, it will be only one element added. And because there are A and B in the brackets, I chose as false, but it said no, true, because the answer seems to be only one element, but wherein there were A and B, two elements. So I was a bit confused with that.
See, if one element is between square brackets, if there are two elements between square bracket, they will be added as one element. Okay. When you append to the list, it appends only one element. But if that element is in square bracket and has more than one element, it will add it as a sub list of the list. So it will add all the data, but will add it as a sub list. That's maybe the confusion. Maybe I can do later a practice and show you how this one will work.
Okay, thank you, doctor. That's it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I don't see any more hands. Good, so we'll wait for a few minutes. It's already 3:01 and we have the numbers is going up. I know it's the last day of the week, but it's good that I can see that so many people coming, even if it is the last day of the week. While people coming, if you want to know where is the recording, and I always get this question from new people who join us every time, you need to go to community.edu.ac.ie, and then there you will be able to log in. If you don't have an account, you need to register there. After you register, then you go into scroll down, you'll find one course here called Data Science, Python for Data Science. You click on that one. you will find the recording of all previous sessions are here. We will have IPM coming to us on Monday. They will talk to you. So if you have questions you want to raise, you can speak to them. Huda, I gave you the microphone so you can speak.
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Salam rahmatullah. Happy to see you through this one.
Yes, Doctor. I'm loving the course, by the way, just to give a feedback. Doctor, a quick question. We did something like when we were doing Pandas, it was the second last statement. When we tried to multiply, I think they were the grades that we were trying to multiply by 4. But
Yeah.
if we try to execute the command itself, it gives us an error.
Yeah, it doesn't give an error, it gives a warning.
Maybe it is a warning, yes.
Yeah, it's a warning, it's not an error, because it tells you if in certain situation, you will be losing some data if that data is in certain format. That's just a warning to you, it's not. And you can disable that warning. There is a way you can import a library called warning, and then you can disable it if you don't want it to appear. Yeah, but it's not an error. It's a warning. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Pleasure. Thank you. Okay. Himanshu, you have the microphone.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
How are you?
It's been really nice with going with the same, the course. So like what next would be the action item after this week? With this closure of this particular module?
Yeah, I think by this week, if you finish all the previous modules, then you are done with the course.
Okay.
You have two options. Either you come next week, we do some more practice. We'll be looking at some case studies and more examples. Maybe we'll get some new people coming. I'm getting so many messages, people do want to join the course. So if there are new people come, we'll do a revision for everything from beginning to the end during that week. But if you're done with it, you're done with this course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that will be the case.
Okay,
We're
all right.
working on other courses. IBM will come on Monday. I think it's important to speak to them. They will be talking to you about access to other materials and how you can benefit from their platform, and also the other courses that we'll be doing after that.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Manshu. Nadia, you have the microphone.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Nadia from Pakistan. I'm so glad and happy that you are conducting this course. It's very good and important for me. By profession, I'm an economist. I did PhD in economics, and these terms and IT and coding, it's totally a new thing for me. And I'm badly stuck in module 4, where we are working on loops. It's totally beyond my imagination. So I need your help in, I have done all these modules with you and afterwards also, but I'm badly stuck in loops.
Which loop? Is it the for loop or the while loop or the loops in general?
Both. I can't discriminate between both of these, and I have read the literature which is available side by side in the labs, but unfortunately I didn't get any clue, and I'm totally unable to understand what's going on over there. So I'm stuck there. I need your help.
I will repeat that one. Yeah, the for loops. I will just do a review on that one.
Yeah, I use eViews for my work for econometric modeling, but this is first time I'm doing. I have learned R as well, but this is very pertinent and really good and matches the IMF's criteria. So it's very important subject for me to learn. So I'm really glad and thankful to you.
Pleasure. Yeah, we'll get the loop easy for you, so next time you can continue and doing more. Yeah, sure, no problem, Nadia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, Ashraq, the microphone is yours, and you need to unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Yes, Ashraq. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Doctor. I tried many times to join the community, but it asked me for my username and email and the password. I did it already, but not enter it.
Yeah, I think it seems that you, let me show you quickly how that can be maybe resolved. If you join, maybe you don't have an account. You need to click on create a new account.
New account, not this account.
Yeah, do you have an account?
Yes, because I joined the course. I have account, or you need me to do another account.
This is a different account from the one you did with the IBM. Yeah, the IBM
then I must
one.
Create another new account.
Yes, yeah. You can use the same username and password you use there if you want.
Okay.
So it become easy for you. But you need to create an account.
Okay, thank you. And other question, please. After finishing this course and make a test review as the test for this course, what's the end time for the test?
Yeah, the test takes 1 hour. The final test.
I know it takes 1 hour. I asked about when can I do the test, the period for this test.
You can do the test anytime you are ready. There is no time.
In period 1 week, 3 days, or
my advice, don't keep it for a long time because you will forget what you studied. So if you finish the course, after you finish, do a revision, then go and do the final. Yeah.
Okay.
If you go through all the review questions, the final will not be different completely, and will not be a surprise. It will be similar technique, similar ideas. So you will not be very complicated.
Okay, doctor. Thank you very much.
But you have to finish. Pleasure. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I have Mahinur. The microphone is yours, Mahinur, and you can speak. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
I want to ask regarding yesterday the pandas, when you created the panda.read, the CSV file, I tried to do it with an Excel file, it didn't work. So is it only for CSV or CSV TXT, or what type of files does it?
Exactly. There are 4 or 5 methods. The CSV, if you are opening a CSV file, if the file is Excel, you need to say Excel. Read _Excel. If the file is HTML, you're reading from a page, there you say pd.read _HTML. If it is a JSON file, there's so many format of files. So you cannot read an Excel file using read _CSV. You need to use read _Excel.
It didn't work. I tried it yesterday, read _XLXS. It didn't work. So I thought it's not supported.
No, it is supported. And I'll show you an example today, inshallah.
Okay, thank you so much.
To see that. Yeah, pleasure. Good. And the last and not the least is Umar.
Hello, Doctor. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome.
Welcome to you. Doctor, if I had assignments for English and I couldn't attend all of the workshops, but I know where the recordings are, so I will go and watch them. Do I still get the certificate when I finish the final and the review questions?
Yes, you'll get the certificate. If you go into the portal and watch the videos, then we will get the certificate, yes. But you need also to complete the IBM certificate, yeah?
Do we get the certificate from Abu Dhabi University or IBM?
There are 2 certificates. Right? There is a badge from IBM and certificate from us.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I still do get from the Abu Dhabi University, right?
Yes, you still get from Abu Dhabi University. Yes, if you complete the badge from IBM and watch the videos in our portal.
Okay. How would you know that I watched all the videos?
The system will tell me if you went and watch the videos. There
Okay.
is a
So
report.
if I just watch the recording, you will know.
Yeah, I will know. Yeah.
Okay.
If you
so
miss
today
the
is the last
session,
day.
sorry.
Yes. Continue, doctor, please.
Yeah, you ask a question. You ask your question first.
Okay. So, if 1 second, please, doctor.
I think you were asking about the time when you can do this. As soon as you finish your reading, watching the videos, then
Yes.
the system will find out. You can do it next week. You do it week after. It's up to you.
Okay. And also the modules, like if I finish them today, that would be it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Module 5 is the last thing.
Yeah. The last one is module 5, yeah, which we will finish it today as well.
So next week will be just for revision?
Yeah, will be revision. We'll do some case studies. I think that's what we will be doing next week.
Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome. Bye.
Muhammad Mansour. I can't hear you. Is your microphone okay? Now I can hear you.
السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يعطيك العافية دكتور.
الله يسلمك يا حبيبي.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, Doctor. Thank you very much for this valuable course. I have a suggestion and recommendation. I don't know, because the yesterday session a little bit it was lengthy, really, the model 4, and it includes many of the concept core of the course, and also even today session. I think, is it possible to add another session, or for at least to recap on these two sessions from yesterday and today even?
Yes, we will do. Yeah, I think this is the idea of next week. We'll be recapping and repeating all these things. But also today, I will do a recap on the Pandas, and then we will move to the Numpy. So we'll do a recap, inshallah.
Another question. Sorry, another question is from yesterday labs. There was something just to input from the user.
Yes.
With the input function.
Yeah.
When I tried it in the lab, it was working the first time, but once I tried rerun it another time, it was not showing me the input.
Yeah.
For inputting, for the allowing to input the number which I need.
Yeah, I will look at it. I will do the input as well today.
Oh.
I have the for loop, the input, and recap on data analytics. That's something I'll do today, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Okay, thank you, everyone. Good. We have really good number. I see there are some more hands. If you just Omar Al-Hashmi, I think you raise your hand. I'll give you a chance to speak, please.
Hello, Doctor. How are you?
Very good. Alhamdulillah. Everything is great.
Thanks for running this course. Really appreciate it. Doctor, just a question about the resources available on the website for the community portal. Are these resources going to be available like for good or for limited period? Because we really appreciate if we could access them regularly to get benefit.
Yeah, you will have access to it forever.
Thank you.
It will be there, yeah.
Even the one for the class as well, for the cognitive class?
Yes.
For
yeah,
both
even
of them.
the cognitive class, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Okay, pleasure. Thank you. Okay, we have also Ahmed, and then we will start. We don't want to leave anyone waiting, because once I start, I just forget that there is something else. So I'll be focusing on the code. So let's get your questions now. Ahmed.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very clear.
Yes, Doctor. I have two questions. One of them is, can we input a new line inside a loop? Like for example, if we do like for x in something, in range of something, can we break it? And because مثلا making an array of letters, can we make it to do a loop and inside it to make it like /n?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Is there a way to do it?
Yeah, you can. You want to break it at certain times so the loop doesn't continue at certain place, or do you want to?
Yeah, like if we have, let's say we have the word Python, and we make it we make a loop so it does write every letter.
Yes.
So P, PH, PHT.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how we can make it to print it in each line, like P in a line, PH in a line, PHT in a line.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's very easy. I'll show you how to do it. You know, if when you put any text or a string, it will be treated like a list.
Okay.
So if you put a text, for example, inside you write, how are you today? Yeah. Okay. If you call it S, then if you want the first letter, you'll put S square bracket 0, will give you the H. And next time, S square bracket 1 will give you the O. And then you continue. So you can create a loop, goes through that text and print them one by letter.
Oh, okay.
And we did this one in module, I think module 3 maybe.
Module 3, okay.
Similar thing. Yeah.
And
but I will do a similar thing because I need to explain the loops. It seems that people are a little bit confused about the loops. Yeah. So I'll try to do that. Yeah.
Okay, the second question, it's very simple. Is there a way to break lists or remove strings? Like if we have a list that has strings, is there a way to print it back without any quotations or anything?
Absolutely. Yes, there is. Yeah, there is a way, which I will see if I can cover it today. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's it, Doctor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think we are ready now to start. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Today we'll do Numpy, but I want, before we do Numpy, I'll do those revision. So I have questions about the for loop. I have questions about Pandas. I think we need to little bit talk about the Pandas and the loops in general as well. So I hope you will enjoy it. So back, you need to log into the cognitiveClass.ai. Then you have your account, you create your account, and then when you go there, suppose today we are in module 5, which is the last module, so that we should be able to finish this module 5, hopefully, inshallah, today. It's an interesting module and simple module, you can see, and then we'll go through that one. But while I'm doing that, I will do the revision, the other things. So let me start one of the labs, any labs, and then you go into the lab. And then I think we'll get there. You can see that this is a different computer from the one I'm using every day. This is the one in the office. Yeah, so let me do this because it keeps blocking my page. Okay, so we'll go there and start it. So basically we'll go through the for loop quickly so you understand how the for loop works. I know this is maybe easy for some people, difficult for others because you have a mix of audience here, and this is really great. So be patient, those who know programming, be a little bit patient. Don't feel that we're doing something not important. I think it's all important. And we'll do. Now, once you get into the lab, as you know, usually I like to create a folder. And inside the folder, I just do the thing. So I created a folder, call it module 5. Then inside, I'll create my own new notebook. This notebook is very nice. You can organize it. So if I want to add a text here and say here, week module 5 Numpy, yeah, something. You notice I selected from here markdown. There is markdown, there is code, there is row. The default, it's a code. So people will write a code. But if I select markdown, this one, if I run it, it comes like a text. So the good thing, why they call it notebook? Because you can organize it like a notebook. So you add your own note, you add an image to it, then you add your code. So everything in one place like a note, the way to do it. So we'll start now by talking about the for loop. The for loop uses a list, okay, to go through. So if I say for I in range of 10, this is a for loop that's starting from 0. I'll just close the email, so I just reduce those traffic. So it's a loop, and I'll make it bigger. I know some of you will tell me that. So it's a for loop starting I from 0 until 9. So I can come print, enter here and say print I. This basically will print for me I, and you can say start with 0. Now, one thing you need to know, again, in Python, is this indentation. If I have it like this, I will have an issue running the code because it's looking for the start of the loop, but it's not finding it. There's a loop here, but where is the first line in the loop? Because this one is outside the loop now. So you need to push it a little bit like that. When you push it, do this indentation, then it will be treated like part of the loop. So it will do that. So I can say print, I'll add another line, print I multiply 2. Okay, so if I do this, it will, you see, I get 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. So adding them together. I can put them on the same line. So let me do this for you and put here like I multiply 2. Now see, this is only now one line. When I run it like this, it's a one line, is printing the original I, and then printing also I multiply 2. I had here space in between. I can have anything in between to do that. So this is basically, I can add to it and print I multiply 3. So you look at it now, this is the original I, this is multiply 2, this is multiply 3. So the I becomes like a range of list, it's a list. Now going back to the question someone asked, if I have a text, say, call it txt, equal, how are you, okay? And then I want to go through it letter by letter. So I can use for T and text, colon. Now this colon is important. If you forget the colon, you'll have a big issue with Python. They will not like it because it doesn't work. Now, basically, I have a text. Now I will treat the text as letters, and each letter is T. So this loop saying, first time take H, T will be H, then T will be O, then it will be W, and that way. So if I come here as a print, yeah, T, then see what I'm getting. I'm getting the same thing because T is actually a list here. So it's treating that text this way. So it's printing every time one letter. It's a loop going inside this one. So the for loop has a limited iterations. It goes until the end of the list because the list has a length. So it ends in the end of the list. But there is a while loop which continue while a condition is true. Now, if I want to apply while to the same one, yeah, I could have also done that one. but let me show you something. While, let's apply it on the first one, yeah? Let's say here, we have a list. Just, I don't want to complicate it for you because you will get lost if I do this. So let me do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is a list I have. Now I need to have a while loop, and I want this loop to continue. Yeah, continue while L not equal, not less, not more than, or equal 4. Or let me do that. Yeah, while L is less than or equal 4. Now what I mean here, have a loop to continue while I'll call it I instead of L, so it's another variable. While L, this is L. Now I wanted to continue printing while I is less than 4. Okay. Now let's say print, yeah, print L of I, yeah, and let's start I at the beginning equal I equal 0. Okay. Now print L of I. Now it will print always what for me? It will continue printing for me I. This will crash my computer if I just run it like that. Why? Because I will never be equal to 4 or more than 4. Why? Because I did not change the value of I. I is 0. And if I run this code, it will have a loop that will never end. Don't run it. If you run it, your computer will go, so then you need to close your browser and start it again. But I need how I control it, I need to add I equal I plus 1. So I'm increasing I by 1. Now this loop will start by I0. It will print L0. L0 will be 2. Then it will increase I by 1. Then it will go and check. It's still okay. 1 is less than 4. Then it will print L1, which will be 3. Then it will continue again. I think I need one more here. Let me do one more here. Yeah. So it will continue until it gets in a situation that I is becoming, let's say less than, yeah, without equal, to make it finish early. Until I is becoming equal to 4, then it will stop. Yeah. So let's look at this one. Now this one did not print everything. It did print 2, print 3, print 4, print 5, then ignore 6 and 7. Why ignore 6 and 7? Because the loop will continue only if I is less than 4. As soon as I equal 4, then it will not continue. Yeah. And I get increased every time. So if I want only to display until I equal 3, then I can do this one. Sorry, my phone is jumping and doing something. Now, when I put a 3, it did print 0, 1, 2. Yeah, as soon as it became 3, it stopped. Now, if I include equal 3, then it will continue until 5, because now it's including 3. Yeah. So this is how the while loop. The while loop, it continues while a condition is true. Once the condition becomes false, then it will stop. The for loop is easier because it has a range, depends on the list. This is the list we have here, or I like that. Now this one I could have done it the same thing if I come here and say for L1, for example, and L, yeah, then print L1. So this will do the same like the for loop, but it will print everything we have there. I think I didn't run this one. This is why when you print it here, you didn't see it. Now this is important thing, yeah? Those cells are, if I come here and change this one to 8 and I do not run it, it's still 7. If I run this one here, you'll find it's still 7. I need to come to this cell and run it, shift, I keep my finger on shift and press enter. Now it runs, so L is updated. If I run here, I'll get 8. Many of the things you will be facing is related to this. You change something, a cell that you didn't run it, and then you get things like that. So I think we covered for loop and that one. Okay, I think we'll go back to the, I think someone spoke about the input as well. So Pandas has something called, or Python has something called input. Yeah, input, enter your salary. Yeah, let me do this. I want to show you what will happen. When I do this, I get a box here. I can enter data and press enter. Yeah, now if I say X, I will find the same number I entered. But you notice it's coming like a text. Yeah, so how I can convert it to float, because salary has to be float. Yeah, I can say here float between open bracket, close bracket. Yeah, now if I enter it and put anything, my salary, I wish that my salary, I press that and click this, then becoming a number, which I can deal with it. So the input gives you always a text, and you need to use float to cast it. There are 2 ways to do it. One way, this is the one I did. The other way is you leave it like that and you come down and say X equal float X. This will give you exactly the same thing if you do it. But if you want to put it on one line, you just add the word float here, open bracket and close bracket at the end. Then you're solving that problem. Now I can run it as much time, it will work. Yeah, and X always will be there. Yeah. Okay, that's we done. Now let's go back to the Pandas. Pandas, we said it's a package or a library that help us do data analytics. Now Pandas is not completely written in Python. You need to know that. It's written in so many different languages, some of it C and some of it, but it's created and bundled in a way that it can be used by Python. So import Pandas. Now, again, sometimes you'll make a spelling mistake and write it like this. It will not work, yeah? As PD. Now, what I did here, I just created an instant or a copy of Pandas library, and that copy, I'm calling it PD. From now on, if I say PD, I'm referring to Pandas. Now, PD has so many methods. So if I want to say, the idea of Pandas is reading data and putting it in a data frame. So sometimes you find people saying DF, for example. I will say here, for example, student, whatever you want to call it. This is a variable that will store the data. The data will be a table. And how I can access that data has to be somewhere, either in external file or it's in a dictionary that I want to create. So how I access it, I say PD, this is my representative of Pandas, yeah, dot. Now let's look at what we have. When you put dot, press tab, then you get a list of all the methods that it can do. So these are all the things that it can do, yeah. One of it is read underscore Excel, for example. This is we'll read an Excel file for you, and you just need to put the name of the Excel. Read CSV, that's another one. CSV, comma, separated file. There is read HTML, if you want to read a live HTML page and grab some data from it. This is useful as well, you can do, and so on. So CSV is the one that usually used to exchange data. Why? Because it is a very simple format and doesn't require special software like Excel or others to open it. So you can open it in a normal text editor and you can get the data. So the file becomes smaller in size because it removes the additional things the special software will add. Last time we spoke about open data. And we said in US there is the data.org, in UA there is Bayanat, and everywhere. So if I just go to data.org and let's get a data set, and then we will practice on that one for some time, and then we will move to the next one. So when you can search for any data. Last time I looked at the reason of death in the US, and I find something interesting there. But you see, this is the data and these are the different format. You can read all of it. You can read PDF and in Pandas. JSON is a special format that help computer exchange data and servers exchange data in a certain format. It's used widely everywhere and in artificial intelligence chatbots and all those things. It's used. It's becoming a standard. XML is similar, but it's an old standard that used to do the same thing in the past. So you can search for any data you would like. Solar power, and I don't want to get a big data because the big data will take time to load on this server. So let's try this one. I have no clue how big it is. So you do right mouse click, you copy the link. Or the other way, you can download it if it's downloadable. And see if how big this one. So I'm getting into a data traffic ticket issues. Oh, this should be maybe a huge one. These are the traffic department, why people they give them ticket. And if you go through this, analyze it, you will find so many reasons why. I would expect this will be a huge data because it has so many things. The other thing, you can go to UAE open data, and all ministries here, they have open data, and there's also Bayanat do the similar thing, because open data helps people really understand how the economy, look at opportunities and everything. So let's look at transport. Yeah, see if we have any data. Road transport. Oh, it seems there are some accidents going on. Traffic accident. Yeah, this is an Excel file. Let's download this one. It will not be huge. Excel file, hopefully explore. Then I'm just going to download it. I'm not going to read it live. So I can show you how you also deal with it when you download it. So this is not a big file. So now I have a file. I can put it in the chat for those of you who maybe wanted to use it. I'm not sure if I can copy it to the chat. I'll see if it goes there. No, it's not going there. No, yeah, it's not getting there, but you can find it. I'll copy the link for you so you can go and download it. Why go copy the file if I can give you the link? So this is the link of the file I'm using. So you can follow me on that one. So let's open it. Here is the file. I'm moving it on my other screen. If I can keep it there. And then I'll come back to my Pandas. I need to minimize a little bit. Now I need to upload the file here. So what I will do, I will drag and drop the file to this section, not here, yeah? I have to put it here. And now it will be uploaded. What is the file name? Let's take this. This is the file name which we are using. And it is Excel, yeah? So I have to change this one, read Excel, and I put it here, yeah? So now if I run, this should be now traffic, yeah? It's not student. Now I run this one, you can see it did run. Now I'm ready to go and use traffic. If I say traffic dot head, remember we said head gives us the first 5 rows. So this is not a huge one. It has only 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Sorry, it's the titles are in Arabic or the columns are in Arabic. That's something maybe will be challenging for you. So we maybe okay, so let's do one thing, maybe this, okay. So if you want to know what are the headers of that, or what are the columns, you say traffic, columns. Remember, there is no open close bracket on columns, remember? This is the question maybe caused you some problem. When I did that, sorry, you'll tell me, make it big. So when we did that, maybe you can find another English data, but I can show you how you also rename this. Let me remove this one from here. We'll show you how you can rename a column if you want. So what we can say, we need to rename it to something we understand, yeah? So with our table is traffic. This is our Pandas. Why traffic like this? I don't know why I'm complicating it. For my, let's make it TR and run this one. Here, TR and run this one, and TR and run this one. So TR become easy for the lazy people to do that. So you can say rename, and you can now start renaming those columns. You change the column to something else. So we can rename the columns. What column we need to rename? This one. It's in Arabic. Al-Adad. Al-Adad. I'm sure if the copy paste will work here. It should work. It's just making it. I'll do it my hand. Yeah. The column is As-Sana. Let me see if my Arabic will work. Al-Sana space. We'll make it equal. I need to go to the English and make it equal to single quote, yeah. Single quote year. This one will change for me in the code into years, but it will not change it unless I say in place equal true. Yeah, I should have found an English table better than doing this, because see the Arabic on mine didn't work the same way it should work here. Let's see, it's having a little bit an issue on this Mac machine. Getting the Arabic. Yeah, see, there is space between before and space after, and mine is not doing it exactly the same. Will you live with this one? No, there's another easy way to do it. Let's do it the easy way. We'll open the Excel file, yeah, rename the file there, and then bring it here because it's all Arabic. Say this one will call it year, and this will call it Emirate, and this we will call it region of the traffic. This is not useful for you, yeah, because it's all Arabic everything. So maybe I should find you another one. Let's find another one. Sorry for that, because later you will not understand. Some of you will not understand what does it really, what is the reason behind it. Is this one downloaded? Still the other one is not downloaded. It's 1.4 gig and still did not download it because the US one is really huge. Let's go back. If we find the another one in English, something in English, something traffic by accident, Excel. Is this the same one we looked at? Now you can tell here it has, oh no, sorry for this. This is really, will be for you maybe a little bit a challenge. Let's try one more time. Sorry. So the Arabic one maybe will cause you problem. I have no problem with it. We can work with it, but you will not understand the context of the data. So let's take one small one from the US data, and then we'll use that one. Next time, if someone want to work with the Arabic one, you can as well. So this one has small data, hopefully. The one we worked with it last time was about the schools. Yeah, math results. Remember, this was the math results. We work with it. I like to have some change. I hope this is a smaller one. Otherwise, we will work with the math result if it's not small. The good thing, this one completed. Oh, this is good. So this is fine, this one. Okay, so here is the file which we downloaded. And this file is CSV, yeah? So I'm going to upload it to my server again. Here. Okay. Sorry. This is the file. Should come here. Upload, yeah. It's too big, you see, it's not accepting it. No, it's okay, it's accepted. Now I will leave all those things we have here as they are. This one will keep it there. Maybe later you want to practice that one, we can practice. Let's have another one. This one is about tax. So we call it tax equal, again, PD dot read underscore CSV. And this is the file. The file name is, we still can read this file directly from that page. Yeah, we just only need to get the address. Yeah, if you just right mouse click, this is the one, and take this address, you could have done the same thing. But we downloaded it, so because we need a faster processing, whatever reason we have. Yeah, we don't have any solid reason there, because once you download it, it's downloaded, but that's what we'll do. Now, so this is the one. Now this tax is there and ready for us to use. Yeah. Yeah, it has some warning there, but let's leave it. Tax.head we can remove those warning later if you want. Oh, this is very nice because it's big and I like those big files. So it has so many columns there, and look at it, it has the code, it has the tax block, and then it has the BBL. I don't know what that BBL means. If someone from finance taxing thing will understand better than me. This is the district 1, district 2, district 3, 4. There is the commercial overlay 1, commercial overlay 2, and other. Now there's some missing data here, which in the first 5. But let's look at the 10, the first 10. This will give us the first 10. It seems that there are so many missing data here, which we have. Okay, let's find the district 1 zone. There's so many codes. There's R71, R72, R73. What are the unique codes they are using here in this one? So how we do that? We can say tax. Okay, then select the column that we need to find the unique data of it. So the column is this column, yeah? And hopefully they have no space in the column name, but the best way to ensure, you say tax dot columns. Today I'm slow, yeah? I think you like it. No, these are the columns. So I want to find the unique code they are using in this district 1. So I can say tax, open bracket quotation, and then where is that district zoning district? This is the one they're using, yeah? I'll just take it from here and put it here. Okay, so this one will give me all this, not the unique, it'll give me everything. So you see here, there are 3 dots. The 3 dots mean there are so many data. If I want to know how many data, I can say len, and this will give me all the data in that column. How many? This is how many rows. There is around 1 million rows in that table, in that column. And these are the length. So I don't want that. I want to know the unique values there. What are the unique values? So back to this one, I add the word unique. Yeah, this unique will just show me the unique code. And see, these are the unique code they're using. These are the unique code in that table. The 1 million is made of this one. Maybe R7A repeated 500 times, and this repeated 300 times. These are the unique codes in district 1 that they're using. So now I know it. If I do this, I could have created a way to go through each one and make a report on each one. So I want to find, for example, how many are from this one, yeah, from R7. I could have, I can do that one. We'll do it. So now we found the unique data. This unique data, I can put it in another list. I'll call it Z1, for example, equal. Now Z1 equal, store a list that include the unique codes for zone 1. Okay. Now, if I want only data where R7A is exist, yeah. So I need only for R7A, yeah. Let me do Z here just for me to see it. Z1, sorry, Z1, okay. Now, if I want to see only the tax, yeah, when the zone, the zone, what they call, what's the name of this zone? This one, zone, the column, yeah, this column. When tax of this column equal to R7A. And what I'm doing here, I'm saying, look at the column zoning district 1 and filter the data and get me the data only for that zone. Yeah, this is the way it works. So what, I didn't do it yet, still I have one step to do. So what I'm saying here, look at the column, this, and in that column, get me the data only for that zone, which meets R7. Now this one, if I do it, it will give me true, false all the time, which not what I want to do. I need to add to it a bracket here and bracket here. Yeah, that's not all. I need to add the word tax before. So that's the structure. Now, if I do this, I will get a data that include only R7A. So now I filter the data by only R7A. Now I can do so many things. I can look at some calculations and total and average and see how much tasks they paid and all those different information we have here in this table. Yeah. Okay, so there are 10,801 that related to zone district 1 of a type R7A. And this gives me how long it is. And there are 17 columns here. Now, by the way, if you look at the columns, there are more columns we don't see seem to be there, yeah? The more column, yeah. Is this 17? Is this 17? If you count it, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I think it's 17. I come here 5, multiply 3, then yeah, it looks like 17. Anyway, you notice now, this one help you. If other programming language, you need a for loop, you need whatever to do, and you need 2, 3, 4 steps to get to that one. In Python, it's just one line, filter the data and search for zone 1 where the R7 is there. And I can have this one in a new one called Z1R7A, for example, equal. Now I stored it into a new data set. So I have my original data set tax, but I have a new data set now called Z1R. Then I can, maybe I want to focus only on this one. So now I can do this. Now let's do this one, Z1R7A, and let's do describe. If you remember last time, we had something called describe. Describe will describe it for us in terms of how many items there, in terms of what is the means for each numerical column, and standard deviations, and minimum, maximum, and details like that. Last time we have seen that the school class size in the US, it goes to 48, which was a little bit shocking to me if it's in the US. And so you can look at something like that. Maybe this is not the best data we should get, but that's where it is. Now we managed to know how we can search a column for a specific code. And then once we do that, we store the data in a new data set. Now we can slice data, as you know, with so many different ways. If I come to this one here, which our Z1R7A, if we do this, you'll get this one. We can slice this one. Let's get the head of it, sorry. Remember we spoke about last time something called iLook, yeah? Z1R7A, and I want to get only, yeah? I want to get only from a row from the first row to anything. So this is, I can decide here. So I want to take the data in row 2, yeah, row 2, and I need to get the third one. So this will give me this one. So now I slice this one to that. Now, if I want to get the data from row 1 to row, from row 2 to row 5, then I slice data that way. So these are the rows I'm dealing with it. So row 1, row 2 to row 5. This is row 2 to row 5. Yeah. From the big data, leave this head. This is the big data. And then I can decide the columns if I want specific columns to take. If I add here, say give me from column 2 to column 5. Now you see I'm getting a smaller data because it's not bringing me all the data. See, it's ignoring the index. Yeah, remember this index is not part of that. So what I requested now, I said, give me the data from 2 to 10. Yeah, let's make it like that. So this is from beginning to 10, from beginning to 10. Yeah, beginning to 10. So starting from 0, you can say 0 going. And the columns, I don't want all the columns. I need only column 2 to 5. So you can see this is 0, 1, then it will start from 2 to 5. Yeah, so I can slice data using iLook. iLook will have 2 parts. Part is for the rows, which I can use this one to tell me. Another one for the columns that I want to select. Of course, I can use this column name as well, not only the number or index. If I want to skip a data, so skip 2. So this is now dealing with the rows. In the rows, I don't want all those data. I want to skip 2 every time. Yeah, so I can do this as well. And this will give me this one. So it's going to 0, then jump to 21. So ignoring 17 there, because I'm jumping 1, I'm jumping 2. Yeah, so this is similar. Okay, so the iLook help us select data. We slice data here based on a condition. So it give us only those in zone 1 equal. Now, if I have 2 conditions, how I can deal with it? That's another questions we will look at it. So, and let's look at it now. So now here, let's store this data, which became small data, in D1 to call it. Yeah, this is a new data now, which actually taking data from beginning to row 10 and excluding 1 row every time and give me only these columns. So this is my new data, yeah, which I have here. Now for this data, let me search for tax lot is 54, yeah, and I think this one is not good. Let me add few rows there, yeah, so it becomes more meaningful. Yeah, this one. Now, let me say I want to find people with data with tax lot is 54. Yeah, it's not helping because these data are all empty as well. So maybe I need to go to the main data. So let's go to main data, tax, yeah, dot head. I need something that give me more, yeah, okay. So I'm back to the tax data. Again, assume I want to get data with tax lot 54 and block code is 1926. How many of those are there? So I have two conditions. Yeah. So how I do it, again, tax, you start this way, tax, and then here, what column you're looking for? We're looking for tax lot. So let's say tax lot. Yeah. We want it to be, say, more than, yeah, 54. Let's do it more than 54. Okay. So what you do, you close this bracket here. You have a bracket here and put tax. So this will give me only one condition, which the situation when tax lot is more than 54. Now, how I can add another condition where the zone district, for example, is R7A or R71. So I can add that one. This is how it works. Now, let me remove this one so to get it clear for you and keep it as this. This is the condition without anything. If I add to it here and then take the same condition I have here, this is sometimes difficult, yeah, but it's really powerful to understand. It will help you because you don't need to do a loop or any very complicated process to do it. You just will do everything in one line. So I'm taking the column here, putting the column, yeah, and I need this value to be R71 equal, yeah, R71. Did you notice I used quotation here, single quotation, because I could have also used here single quotation, doesn't make difference. You can, but why I use their quotation and here I didn't use quotation with the 54? Because 54 is a number, and the other one is a text. So this is the structure now of my code. If I run it, I get into some difficulties because it's not working. I need to put a bracket here, okay, and bracket here, and bracket here. This will structure it in a way that Pandas or Python will understand. Now, that's one thing. The other thing, you need to use bracket here and bracket here, so many brackets, yeah? And then tax. This will take you by surprise, I think. Now, there is something here wrong in the 54. Let's copy this one, cut. It's in the memory. Let's do this. Working perfect. Yeah, that's good. So now we will add this one. We'll use and here. And now it's working. Okay, so it seems there is no, see, the difference now is in Python, normal Python, use and or, yeah? In Pandas, you use this sign, yeah, for and. Now we have no data of that one. There is no one more than 54 and R, yes, because there is a dash here. So we're not comparing the right thing. Now it's right. So I will repeat it. I'll make it slow so you can understand it again. So now what we did, we filtered data of that with task lot is more than 54 and the zone district 1 is R7 minus 1. So this is specific. You can add another one now. Here you see and continue, yeah, or whatever it is. Now what you need to copy this one and continue. So I will repeat it now to get you to understand how it works. Now if I say just only equal, I'll get some. Oh, there are some of it that where the task lot is 54 and it is R71. and there's many of it. There's 114 in that around 1 million, are 54 and zone like one. Back to this, how this was created. We start always small. So let me show you what I mean by small. I take only one. Say, let's say tax. And for tax, we want to focus on which column? I want to focus on column task lot. So I say, this is the name. Okay, so I'm focusing on task lot. What I want with this one, I want it to be equal to 54. So I do this one, it gives me all this true and false. Means this structure is perfect. Now, if I have only one condition, I could have added a bracket here, and said tax. Then that will get me the data. But if I have more than one condition, I need to come to the internal one here and then put it between bracket and do like that. Now you will say, why I need to do all this? The logic behind it is this. If you do tax like that, you are focusing on the tax table. But what you want for it, you want from that tax, this is the condition. The condition is give me tax where the tax lot equal 54. So from the data frame tax, I need only those tax is 54. Then you will have and then you come with your second condition. What is my second condition? Is tax. Okay, which column are you talking about? I'm talking about column zone 1 district, for example. Yeah. And where is it? This is zone 1 district. So what is the condition that I need to have? I want it to be equal R for B. I change now I for B. Now again, this one need to go between a bracket here and bracket here. And now this one is giving me data with task lot equal 54 and zone district is this. Now this data, I can plot it, I can do many things with it, I can do further work on it, but now I slice my data to a certain data that meets my needs for my analysis. Okay. Now assume we want to create. Let's do something maybe. Should we do something complicated or should we not? We don't want to do complicated unless you tell me do complicated. Remember, we have traffic still here. If I say TR and do this, my traffic will come here. Now, if I want to summarize traffic, TR dot describe, this will give me a good description of the traffic accident. Yeah, it tells me there are this number 1,584 they're happening as accident. The mean of those number of accidents is 13. The standard deviation. See, this number doesn't make sense, but you need to look at this because this is related to the year. So for the year, you don't need to look at means and standard deviation. Look at the number of accidents. This is the one. It tells me this number, this number, this number. So this is the basics, but there are more to do with this Pandas you can do. Of course, when you finish, you can write back to an Excel file, external file. Yeah, you have another command to do that. And we can plot all this data using different things. But things you need for this course so far, you need to know how to access the data using first you import pandas, which we did at the beginning. Where is the beginning? It's not here. Here we started. You import pandas as PD. You read the data using Excel or CSV or whatever. You know how to find what are the columns of that data. Okay. Then you know how to get the head, which the first 5 data. You need to know how you can find the length of your data. This is the length of the data. It will give you. And then you can look for the unique values of a certain column. You will get it like, they'll come like a list. They'll become like a list. And this is the list we looked at it now. I could have done a for loop and went through each one and created a graph for each group or category and looked at that you could have done it. Maybe if you need, you can do it next time. This is similar. Describe again, we spoke about it. The head, how to do it. We know now how to filter data if you have more than one condition. So you need to get the name of your data with the square bracket, name of your data with the square bracket. Then you open, this is optional if you have a single condition. This bracket is optional. But if you have more than one condition, you need this bracket and you need this bracket. Inside, you need to put your condition. And the condition here, we're saying column tax lot should have a value of 54. And remember, equal, we're using 2 equals because we're now checking, is it equal or not? Yeah, and so on. Good, well, let's go back and see if you have any questions before I move to the next one, which should be the Numpy. Okay, there's so many questions happening on here, but did anyone wanted to raise hand and ask question from you today? Yes, Huda. Okay.
Thank you,
Yes,
Doctor. It is quite clear now, but when I try to run the file as CSV or Excel file, it is just showing me an asterisk. Like I have taken down all the commands that you were doing, but I'm still not able to open the file. And this happened with me yesterday as well. I don't know where I'm going wrong.
Yeah, maybe you need to send me that file. Is that file Excel file?
Yes, the first file was of traffic accidents. It's an Excel file. And the second file is the CSV file, exactly the same files that you're working on.
Okay, yeah. And did you use the same way I use or use open?
No, same way as you used, like you have dropped it in the files area.
Yeah.
I've just dropped the files there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying that because if you use the open command that we spoke about it before, I know you're not using it, just this is for the others, it will not work because this table or this Excel or this comma separated is not a normal text file. So you need to use Pandas, which the same way. But there's something maybe wrong on your computer. If you just share with me that, we can look at it maybe some
Sure,
other
Doctor.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, sure. محمد جنيبي.
خلص دكتور، جاوبت عني ولا سألت سؤال عني.
حلو. good. thank you.
يعطيك العافية دكتور.
سلمان. Okay, I have Nadia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
The issue which I'm facing is the earlier Huda has mentioned, I'm unable to import the data file. Maybe I'm doing some mistake, but can you please repeat it, that how can we put, I have just mentioned the question in the chat box as well. You can read the chat. So please import the data file again so that I can learn how to import the data. Thank you.
Sure, sure, we'll do that, yeah. Okay, good, thank you. Done with that, Muhammad is done. Omar?
Yes, Doctor. I'm just want to ask you about all these manipulation that you're applying to the table. Does it have to be all of them through the Pandas library, or you can just apply them directly through the Python methods?
No, those I used here like head and the way of slicing data and describe, and those things has to be done through Pandas. There is another way you can do it through Python. It will be more complicated. You need a for loop and you need if statement and you write long code, you will do the same thing. But Pandas is ready with commands that can execute those things for you faster.
Yes, because I can see that is much easier now with Pandas. You can really directly apply a lot of manipulation to your tables without a complicated codes.
Yeah. That's the idea behind it. But you still can use normal Python to do it if you want.
But of course, it's going to be more like it takes a lot more coding.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to show how I imported this one. Maybe it's related to importing. One thing we can do, I can allow Huda to share screen, and then we can look at that one. Should we do it now or we do it other time? Well, let me just show you what's going on, and later if things didn't work, then we will. Because I wanted to do the Numpy before we go, and we can revisit all those things. Now you look at, you need to drop your file here. I hope you drop the file here in this place. If you drop it, if you don't know how, there's a difficulty with dropping it, then we can again come here. Let's do it different way. Let me take this, right mouse click. I will go to copy link address. I'm using Mac. I think it should be similar to Windows. Then if you would want to read it directly from there, and we are back here, and let's come to the last one. I could have done it here and say tax2, for example, equal pd.read underscore CSV, open bracket. I'll put the address here. Yeah. Sometimes it works like this, or sometimes you need to remove those things here. Yeah. But now tax2.head is the same. Still running because still trying to read it, yeah, because reading it from the net. But now once it managed to read it, it becomes easy because it will not go to the net again. Now it has the data and it can do it. This way may be better for you to use. Let me do that. Unless your Pandas is not maybe is corrupted. So let me copy this and put it in the chat. Please try it on your computer, on your notebook. If you copy the whole thing and put it there, you should be able to read the same table. But it will take a little bit time because at the beginning, it takes time to load it. Once it's loaded, it doesn't make any difference. It becomes like the one on your computer because the data is in your computer memory now, and any processing you do will be there. This is good. Now let's get into Numpy. Oh, this is our Numpy, and I can see good questions here. I'm sure I answered. Modules 5 should be 5 and head. No, you don't need 5. Just if you say head, it gives you 5. But if you want more than 5, put the number you need. Would you please advise practice question scenario for us to practice Pandas? Yes, I'll give you some practice scenario and some links that you can do that. I'll maybe do it through the community portal. You'll get something to read. Why I'm getting an error when I try to run this code? Tax pd read underscore CSV. Yeah, there's missing the file, the extension, the file .xlx. Yeah, now we're telling them without extension. the file should have an extension. You noticed what I did in mind. This is your mistake. This is the problem you're getting. Oh, good, you're that one who shared it. When I do here for opening the file from the beginning, even where I started. See, I kept the extension .xlx. If I remove the extension, it will be big issue because it has to be the extension there. Yeah, because file has to have the extension. That's the mistake you have here, is the extension is missing of the file. You need the full name of the file exactly as it's written in the file. Good. How to control the decimal numbers? Yeah, you can use round. There's so many methods you can use, and just look for rounding numbers, and you will find it. There's so many ways to round it to whatever you want to have it. How to type OR in Pandas? OR is the other OR, which this one. What do we call it? This one. This is the OR. Yeah. That's the one. Then that's the one. Okay. Where are we using? Why are we using the letter I and declaring? That's maybe in the loop. Yeah, that's a good question, but I can go back to it now. Sorry. Why are you using the word tax twice? Yes, because that's the format. This is a good question. Here, when I'm using tax, the first tax here is related to the condition. I'm saying from that tax, focus on the column, whatever, but you need a number here. Yeah, you're missing a number. Zone district 1. Yeah. From that tax, focus on that column. And then I have a condition, which I will explain it again here. Where is it? Here is this one. Yeah, let's look at this one. Now I have tax outside, as I explained before. What I have here, which I'm going to delete, is my condition. This is now tax, the whole data. Now, what is the condition? The condition is to focus on tax that has in the column district 1 equal 7. Now you need to be careful here. Yeah, if there is 1, you add the 1. If there is this extra space in the column, you add the extra space. And this is why we usually find what are the columns using the command columns, so we can copy it exactly. Because the one who created that Excel or comma separated, maybe he used some space, used other things. You need to follow exactly what he used or she used. Now, this is the inside one is the condition. So it's saying focus on column zoning district 1 and data that is equal to R7, R7A. Yeah, and this is why I'm using the tool. Good question. Thank you. I think to solve the issue of Excel, they have to, not the path. You don't need the whole path here because we are running on the same folder, unless they have their code in a subfolder and file somewhere else. Then they need to look at the path that will get them there. But their mistake, I think, was with the extension. Also, I'm not getting drop down in Jupyter. It takes a little bit time. You need to be patient on that one. It depends on the speed, but also, let's show you some other reasons why it's not coming. Okay, so if I have here tax, dot, and tab, it will come now after some time, hopefully. If I press the right tab. It's slow, it takes time. So it came now. I just was patient. Now, but if I have dot, then made space and then press tab, I will not get it. I'll get something different. which now I'm not talking about this one. Now, there are other things you can have question mark as well, and other things you can have here, which will give you some additional information if you want. Yeah, okay. So we are there. So we're done with that. Maybe it should be, maybe sometime your computer. Okay, may you please share your lab because they didn't open. Okay, I will share my, let me share it with you now. This one I'm working on. I'll put it in the chat so you can play with it as well. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so here is it. Let's come here. Should I name it? Rename it is module for review Pandas. Yeah, that's the name now. And then I'll come here and there is share, copy, shareable link. And guys, I'm slow today, yeah? And I want to get into Numpy because I love it, but we are behind with that. No worries, we have enough time to do that. We will Numpy. Okay, now it is Numpy. Let's create a new one. And we will come here, I'll call it Numpy, rename Numpy. What is Numpy? Numpy is the father of Pandas. I mean, Pandas is using a lot of Numpy things. It's a numerical analysis or numerical, allow you to create numerical data. So to use it, again, we need to import it. So import Numpy as NP. You see, all Python things has pi at the end, yeah? Numpy, things like that. Numpy is create an array, and this array is the same data type. It cannot be a mix of other things like in the list. If you remember the list, we used to have a mix of everything in the list. But in Numpy, we have only one data type. Let's take a list, for example, A equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is a list. We know the list. We know how to get data from list. This will give us number 2, and this A 0 will give us the first 1, and A 2, 5 to 4 will give us from 1 the first 4 elements and things like that. So this is our list. Now, how I can make this list Numpy? So let me call it now B. Then I use NP, and then I use the word array, and then pass to it that one. So now what is the difference between the first one and the second one? Let's say type B. What is the type of B? It is a Numpy. What the difference actually between the two? Let's see what the data there. So it's coming like an array. But if you do A, you will get A like this. It's just a list. This is an array of data, but it is really powerful. Some people will say, oh, array, this is back to the old things we have in C and Java and all those things to do with it. Yes and no. This is very powerful, and you will see we'll use it to do image processing, and it will process images and do amazing things with the images just using this array. Now, it has a similar thing. If you want to go to B, which is the Numpy, yeah, B, and you say B1, you will get the same thing. It has similar things. But the good thing with it, you can have 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimensions. Yeah. Let's say here C will be another array. Yeah. This is C, and I want to create array of A and C together. Oh, okay. Let's say call something. We'll call it. Now we have A, C. We'll call B, and B. I'll do something before I'll show you that one. So let's do another thing, which is interesting. Then I'll show you the 2-dimensional array. If I use something called len space will allow me to generate an array. So I want me to generate between 1 and 5, and I need to generate 100 numbers between 0 and 5. Look at this now. There's something, again, wrong with me. Has no attribute. Yeah, space. Okay, so that's it. Now look at B now. If you look at B, is a data that between 1 and 5, and there are 100 of them there. Yeah. So this is huge, yeah? So I can create even more than that. So it allows you to create very specific data in different things. Now it has some properties. Let's leave this B here. So if I take B now, yeah, and multiply it by 2, what will happen? Every element in that 100 will be multiplied by 2. Yeah. If I want to take B and multiply it or add to it, yeah, B add to it numpy dot sign, you know the sign command, sign B. Okay. So I'm adding to every item here the sign of B, and see what I get now. This data is actually the actual data added to it, extra component which sign B. It can be any other calculation or things I would like to do. Now I can plot those data. Yeah. So how we plot the data? I want to introduce you to something important called matplot library. So we'll say import matplotlib. This is the library, and we need to take from it pyplot, and we will import it as BLT. That's the name of it. So this is the library. It will help us plotting the data. So we'll plot the data. So the library is actually matplotlib, but we're using certain class in that one called pyplot, and we're storing it as BLT. Now, you know that when you use this way, we're referring to it later as BLT dot plot. And now what we want to plot? We want to plot B. This is the plot of that data, yeah? But B here, if I store B in a new B here, this is now changed, yeah? And come back and plot it again. Oh, we're getting this one, yeah? So now we plotted that data, okay? So assume we have a numpy array. Again, we remember we have A and B, yeah? A and C, or A and B at the beginning, A and C, yeah? So we have A is a list. Let's create numpy 1 we'll call it np dot array. Remember that array. Okay. The A is not coming on my keyboard now. Array is A. This is 1. And let's have N2. Yeah. NP dot array C. Yeah. We have 2 now. Yeah. We can look at them now. N is here, and B and C and N1 and N2 is here. There are things we can apply to those arrays. We can add them together. Let's see, N1 plus N2, what it will give us. Watch this one. N1 and L2, what did it do you think? It added every element to the other element of the other array. So 1 is added to 5, 2 added to 5, 6 added, and this way. So this is when you add two arrays together. You can also multiply N1 by N2. What do you think we will get? We will get the multiplication of the two arrays. 1 multiply 5, 2 multiply 5, 3 multiply 5, and things like that. This is similar to vectors. Yeah, it is exactly. And it's like matrices as well. Which you can deal with it. Now, how this can be used if we have multiple dimensional arrays. And let me take you here to some of the things I prepared for you, and then questions, and then we'll come back to that. So this is what is Numpy. It's just it's a numerical analysis, work with numbers. It's too fast to process. If you compare it with the list or anything, it's too fast, really. And then by this guy at 2005, but grown and became very, very strong library. That's it. Then how to use it in Python? You can use it to replace the list, and it's 50 times faster than traditional Python list. It's 50 times faster. And the array object, if Numpy is called in the array, it's not the normal array, we call it in the array, which is really very fast to do. Frequently used in data science there, so it's important you know it. These are some of the operations. We can convert a list to array to Numpy, which we did. We can use Numpy new axis will give us the shape of it. Now, if I go back here and use N1 shape, this will tell me this is just 5 rows. It's one dimensional array. It's only has 5 elements in one dimension. There's nothing in the Y dimensions. There you can have multiple. 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions, 5 dimensions, multiple dimensions, which we will look at it now. You can use either this command or use shape, and you can reshape it as well. So if you have a one-dimensional array, which is very good now, this is helping me to. Now we have A, yeah, this is our, no, N1, sorry, N1. Yeah, this is our N1, and it's one-dimensional. Now, if I want to reshape it, N, and say reshape, what I mean by reshape, I want to make it to how many elements here? There are 5 elements there. It's not good for a symmetric one. Let's create another array. We'll call it D NP array, and you'll put a list there, which some maybe yeah. So this is our array. Okay. And this is our D now. So D, we can reshape the D. We can make it 2 rows, and each row contains 3 elements. See now, this is changed now. So I made it 2 rows, and each row has 3 columns. So it became now like a matrix with these two rows. Yeah, and that's how it done. So now I did reshape it. It was a 1-dimensional. I made it 2-dimensionals. Yeah. Now the challenge is you refer back to D, you will find it still the same. So if you want to do, you can maybe store it into D2 equal. Now, if you refer to D2, D2 will be the new one for you. Yeah. And if you say D2 shape, what you will get now, it is a 2-dimensional array with 2 rows and 3 columns. So this is a matrix. You apply all the matrices thanks to it, which you know. Okay, so I'm done with that one. Good, thank you. Line space is allow you to create a numpy between a range, and you decide how many elements you need to have in that range. And that line space allow you to do this. And we did that example between 2 and 5. We said create 100 elements. We can create 1,000 elements if we want. Shape will find you the shape of your array. Size will give you the size of the array, how big it is. You have also how much data it's using in the memory. So if you use n bytes, it will tell you this numpy will occupy this amount of data of your memory, computer memory. Okay, D type will find you the data type. Now look at this example where I am here. Now, if I come here and say type of D2, it will tell me this is numpy array. Yeah. But if I add D here, it will find me the type of the data inside the array. So those numbers here, what type they are. So this is the D type, which should yes, D2 dot D type. That's the way it works. And this will tell you it is an integer of 64-bit, the data I'm using there. So this is the way you can get, if you add D to it, then it'll give you. Now, if you want to get the type of the numpy itself, you say ND type in D2. But if you want to get the data of it, you say D2, which your numpy, then you apply to it this one. Excellent. Okay, copy, you can copy it. To list, you convert it to a list back. Sort, you can sort it. So you can decide to sort it by X, which the rows, or sort it by the columns. Yeah, so this allows you to sort the data as well. This is sorting. Then you have can multiply that. We did that. Here are examples. So you import, and we created now from an array, from a list, we created a numpy. Then here we have 1-dimensional. This is 1-dimensional. Here is the 2-dimensionals. Basically, we need additional bracket. Yeah. So when we did that one in Harry, remember we have A list, and C a list. Yeah. And we came here, we wanted to create something, we call it M numpy array bracket, and we need to create from A and B, so A and C. So we need to put A, comma C between these 2 brackets. This way it will create M for us, which will be a 2-dimensional array. So remember, you have those 2 brackets there to be able to create multiple dimensional array. It can be, see now they became 3-dimensional array. Yeah, you can get how many you want to have. Okay, so that's done, and this is this also you need one more bracket if you want to create a 3-dimensional array. Anyway, and then here is the dimensions. You can get the dimensions of your array, which again will tell you the dimensions of the array, which is similar to the shape. You can access an array element by just putting a number here of that give you the array element. And now we have a question before I get into the nice image processing. Before we have only 8 minutes. Okay, where are you? I went too fast. Sorry, go back. Are you ready? Get ready, and then I'll get you the question. I want to show you the image components because you will love it. You have seen how we can draw the chart, which is nice, but I want to show you also how to do some image processing quickly. It will not take too much time. I will just make it very quick. But don't go after this. Okay, while you do this, for the image processing, we need to find an image. Let's find an image from somewhere. Abu Dhabi. Beautiful Abu Dhabi. Where is Abu Dhabi? Here is Abu Dhabi. Okay. We'll take anything from here. I like this building, Mubadala 1. Let's save it as, I'll save it on my computer. I'll put it on the Adar, it's there, yeah. Now what I want to do, I want to play with this image using Numpy while you do this. So what I will do while you are registering, I'll add the image here. So I need to upload the image. Where is it? It should be in the download. Oh, here is it. So I'll drag it and drop it here. And it's a dark JPEG. Okay, you ready? Let's do this one quickly, and then we'll come to the image processing. What? I'm not seeing any answers. Where are you? Where are you? You didn't know maybe how to join? You didn't know how to join? Where is the computer? That's everything. I'm not seeing any answers. This is how to join, yeah? Okay. Something going wrong here. Oh, really? 7 people managed to, no, it's a good number, 34 managed to do that. Oh, this is correct. This is the right one. Now, this is 2-dimensional array. So if you want to go to 7, if you do this one, it will give you 7 because you're talking about the second row, first, second item. So 7 is the right one because this is the first row. And we're not using 0 here, we're using 1. So ignore this one. Then go to the second row because you're using 1. And in the second row, we need item number 1, item index 1, which should be the second one. And that's give you this one. We'll see who is, oh, still another question, okay. We don't have so many questions today for this one because I was focusing on the revision. But that's still good. Now, those who joined because they know the code, yeah, they expected the code because to be 5. The others didn't expect it. Again, I didn't show you this one, but it's still good that to have some people who expected the code. Very good. So 8. So what this one talking again, we focusing on the second row, which this one, and we're taking the second item of that one. Good. These people are really focusing. Yeah. And Khulud is today the winner. Khulud and 2 winners. Yes. Congratulations to the 2 winners. Khulud and I can see a hand raised. Someone want to talk, but let's do that quickly because we don't have time now. Let's now introduce you to another library. It's not really other library. It's a friend of our library. You remember we had imported MATLib. We can import now again. We import from matplotlib. Yeah. Last time we imported the whole thing. Yeah. Now we need to, from there, we need to import only the image. This is something will help us process the images. Yeah. So this is something we need to import. Now we need to read the image. I uploaded the image here, so I need to read it. It's calling me for a meeting now. Then I need to load that image. So I can say img, we'll call it, and we'll use image, which our variable here, and we need to load that image. So the command is use im for image read. This will read an image from your computer. Okay, so we're reading an image and storing it into img. What is the image? This one, al-dar .jpeg. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's loaded. Very good. Now we need to convert it to an array. I call it image img a, which numpy imgn. We need to convert it to. Now we need to convert the image to numpy. Okay. So we say numpy array. Yeah, same thing. And what is the name of our image? img. So this line will convert. Sorry, now some of you will say to me, why don't do that? This line will convert the image to an array. Okay, of numpy. So if I say imgn and ask for the type of that one, now the image is became an array. Okay, it's very good. Now, how we can show that image? Let's use plot, which we used before, which we already imported. Im show. And what is our image here now? imgn. Okay, here's the image we have. Okay, to show the image, we don't need the whole thing we did, but we converted the image to an array. Now we can play with that one. It's becoming a numpy array, and I can do many things with it. So let me do reverse of this image. I'll make it upside down. For example, if I want to do that. So how I can do this? I say plot for me plot.im show. Sorry, show. Yeah, so that's what I need now to im show. Okay, and then I need now to get the image, which this is the image I have, imgn. If I do this normal, similar to what I did up, I will get the same image. But now I want to do some work on this image. I want to reverse it, for example, and make it upside down, for example. Yeah. So what I can do, I can come here and treat it like an array, like a Numpy array. And I need to ignore all this and do -1. Let's look at this. Why? See the image being now upside down. This technique here is forcing it to go upside down. Yeah. Now, if I want to reduce the size of the image, yeah, I want to see the image is around 700 by 1,200. Yeah, if you look at the X and look at the Y. So I want to cut it to half, for example. Yeah, this one will cut it to half. Now, something I should have done here. Let me do something. Let me take from this image, ignore this one, which we did here. I want to delete it. I don't want it at all, because this is not what I want to do. Yeah. Now, let's take the image again, and let's do something with this image that is maybe more interesting for you. Is if I reverse it one more time, so do this, and do this one. This technique will bring the original one. Yeah, but what do you notice between the original one and this one? It's reversed right to left. Yeah, see, this is the original one, which we can bring it down so you can compare the two together here. Yeah, see how they look. This here take all the rows, yeah, and from the columns escaped -1, made it to reverse that way. When we did only this one, column -1, brought it upside down. We can also take part of the image if we want. Let's say we want to focus on this area here. We won't just take this area. So what can we do? Again, if we do this one, you have to just speed the process. And let's focus now. We want to take from the rows, we have from 200 to 400. So this is the part, yeah? From 200 to 400. This is one. From the Y, we will take from 500 to 700, assuming, yeah, 500 to 700. See, the image is now numbers for me or for us, yeah? So we can play with it, it's numbers, it's not any more image. It's numbers that we can play with it and select very precise, and we can change it as well. We can multiply it with something. So you can say, I am image n multiply 2. Now we took the image, original one, we took the data, every pixel, everything in the image, and we did multiply it by 2. Yeah. So we just did that to the image because the image is numbers. These all numbers are coming from the image. So this image, you can do many things with it because it's now a numerical number for you. So these are things that you can do with Numpy. You can apply many things to it. You can apply all the function you would like to apply. in mathematics to every single component of this image. Okay, so we're done with that. I think this is good. Thank you for that. And today was more a revision. This about reshaping, which you already have done. Reshape, we said you can reshape the Numpy. If you have 1 dimensions, you can decide how many rows you make of it and how many columns. And it has to be something dividable and acceptable to get that. So if you have odd numbers and you want to do that, it will not work unless you fill the missing space. And you can apply all the matrices functionalities to the Numpy. There are lots of things to do in Numpy, but this is what you need for this course. If you just do this and go back to here, you will find you will be able to answer all the revisions questions, all the questions here in the sub category you will be able to answer. This is a very simple, should be when you answer. This is a multiplication of the 2 Numpy. When you multiply, each number is multiplied by the numbers in the second array that in the same position as well. So this is a simple one. And the dot is like multiplication, but it's not really. It adds all the cells together, adds all the components together. So that's the dot. If we want to try that one, we have A, as you know, and we have C, as you know. So if I A dot C will get me a number, should get me a number. It should get me a number. That's number was yeah. Dot C in B. Sorry. The way I'm doing it is wrong. So it should be NB dot A comma C. That should be the way. Yeah. So this is basically is just adding all those numbers together, multiplying each one with the other one, and then adding them together. That's the one. And what else here? That's done. Then if you go to the second component which we have, if you go to the review question, there are 4 of them. Again, you should be able to do them. What is the result of the following code? You have, this is one number, you create other one and you multiply them. Now you know the multiplication, what does it do? And this is, again, you use the dot, yeah? And then if you come here, number this, and you add 10 to it. It adds to every element 10. This is called cascading or broadcasting. Broadcasting is sending to all the elements the same thing. Remember when we said, for example, A multiply 2. Now every element in A is multiplied by 2. And A is, where is A? This is, no, not A. We're talking about N1. N1, because A is a list. N1 multiply 2, it goes to everyone, because N1, this is N1. So basically everyone multiply by 2. If I say N1 plus 10, now every element added 10 to it. So it became 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. So that's a simple one, I think. And that's it. Multiplication is just very simple for you with it. Okay, so you should be ready to finish this unit as well. And what we will do for next week, we will practice more and get you to learn. Thank you very much for attending, and I hope you're finding it useful. I appreciate that you're staying until this time, although it is weekend. And please complete also the feedback which we sent you. And if you have any questions, you can send it to me through the community portal. You're getting messages from me. You can also reply to that one as well. So I wish you a great weekend, And I hope you find the things we did so far interesting and useful to you. Bye.